course, this is your man Angel, of course, your life coach, and with your man Kawaya Innocent.
Hello, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine, bro.
It's been a pleasure meeting you at Joe Pals.
Yes, sure.
I hope you can see around the environment. It's so cool and everything is going down so well.
True.
So, before cutting to the chase, this is the reason why people need money and why they need some time to spend,
Yes.
that the so-called time freedom. Time freedom is all about you having some spare time,
Yes.
self-time, then you come and spend your money wisely.
Yes.
Being in a space like this helps you think positively, acquire some new energy, and feel the
vibe.
The vibe.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking
of course,
about.
when you look at here at Job House, you realize that everything has been arranged.
Yes.
And that one tells me that for one to have money or for one to be successful, he must have a plan first.
Indeed.
There is nothing that is in a place where it doesn't necessarily look like it was misplaced. It's as if the one who organized the place knew in details before he started. And that's what makes me very excited and,
Yes.
Yes.
This is what we call about, it's called the big picture.
The big picture, yes.
So when Jopal started, it didn't start as a whole.
Yes.
Whatever you're seeing here, it began from the mine building,
yes,
to the small apartments here, the so-called lodges, now to the gardens.
Yes.
The gardens, you see, it's an extension into the wetland. However, right now you can hardly tell that this is a wetland.
True.
Okay? But besides that, it was the vision, the picture someone had in the mind.
Yes.
That has come out like this. And remember one thing, it wasn't the the original picture.
Yes.
But what they had in their mind, it was something of a thought.
Yes.
Along the way, you acquire some new ideas.
Yes.
So when you look around, you see like there are different tree species here. There are cottages. And then, what now? People like you and me,
yes,
when we come here, we make our choice.
Yes.
There are those who sit in the gardens where there is a lot of craft work. There are those who sit in the gardens where there is a lot of trees. And others prefer being in the lounge, maybe at the reception.
Yes.
But the big picture is what is being shown here.
Now this freedom of choice, you being at the apartments, being at the gardens, being across the wetlands like us, that freedom comes with paper.
Of course.
That's what we are talking about. Like we talk about money because talking is the second step in the thought process. You first think, you talk it out, and then you do it.
See, money is the fuel.
Yes.
So for you to actually drive your choices to where you want them.
Yes.
Where you want to see things being moved. If you want to steer things your way.
Yes.
Steering. First of all, the commanding power comes with the choice.
Yes.
But followed by the choice, you have to have commanding power. Commanding power is nothing other than the money, the confidence,
yes,
and your personal preference, the taste and preference.
Yes.
Okay.
So I look at it like if you don't have the money, even your choices are limited.
Of course.
So it means for one to have ultimate power, he must have this tool called money. So that you can choose to be in the gardens, you can choose to be in the apartments, depending on what you want and depending on how big your wallet is. So this choice, and I think the reason why most of us in the other continent called Africa, which I'm proud to be in, is because we lack exposure. Most people don't come to such places, and their thinking is limited by their level of what? Of exposure. Now, if you come here and you look at the architectural design of the exterior design of this place, your mind creates pictures, which in the future, when you get this power called money, you can think of duplicating or modifying and making something unique out of what you've been exposed to. And I think that's why we have to come here and show you how Job has done and other gardens shall be going to expose those who have not been exposed to these things so that they could develop their big picture.
Through that. See, Now you're bringing out all the natural juices in me. The
Yes.
truth is, money.
Yeah.
You don't need to have plenty of it.
Yes.
The only thing you need to have is have something. At
Yes.
least, when you come to a place like this, expect a soda to raise by 1,000.
Of course.
That is
So the
knowledge.
other extra 1,000
Eh.
is because of the place where you are.
Definitely.
Initially, if we were selling us a soda to 2,000 here, and the regional shops sell it at 1K
Yes.
or 1,000, so the extra 1,000 is the cool environment
Of course,
that you're paying for that cool environment.
we are paying for this.
Yes.
So now, here's the truth.
Yes.
We are enjoying our extra 1,000.
Yeah, true. So you don't need to go and complain.
Uh-uh.
It is in the hearts of the poor who complains and is
You
like,
see?
here you're too expensive. Let me go where I can get it cheap.
Oh, listen, you see, personal taste and preference, my dear.
Yes.
Look, when you want to be in a good place,
Yes.
look around.
Yes.
A background like this comes with choice,
Yes.
and it comes with a taste.
Yes.
However, you don't need to come here every day.
Mm.
But once in a while, unwind.
Mm.
After a long week of work, after a long day, if you have an extra 10K,
Yes.
you have already saved something aside, you have sent some money
Mm.
at home, you bought a few stuffs. It's all about paying yourself.
Yes.
Paying yourself. You see, God was very, very wise.
Mm.
A tenth, paying tithe in church
Mm.
was something for the church. That man has to go to God.
Yes.
However, if we copy and paste the same formula,
Yes.
10% to man,
Yes.
because man is made in the image of what?
That is God. You 10% to your God because there is a
Exactly.
God in you.
Aha.
Yes.
So the 10% goes to my God
Yes.
in me.
Mm.
I'm the temple of the Lord.
Yes.
Okay.
So the way you look after yourself,
Eh.
the way you become mean to yourself also reflects how you are mean to God.
Exactly.
You can't be mean to yourself and expect to be generous to God.
You got
Most people even who don't do the tithe
Yeah.
in the churches, they also don't do
the tithe on themselves.
on themselves. And that is a little bit funny and
So-
very interesting.
Man has got a very peculiar formula.
Yes.
Personally,
Mm.
I don't have much of it,
Mm.
but I love money, and it's one thing that keeps on my mind. That's why.
Yes.
For everything you do, I always have what's in it for me. However, before I see what's in it for me,
Mm.
first and foremost is, am I worth the value I will demand?
Mm.
Because for you to have money, you should attract it into your life.
Yes.
What attracts money into your life are the things you do, the things you have, the talents, the way you talk, your skills,
Yes.
your social set of all.
Yes.
That is what attracts money to you.
Now, talking of money, like you said, talking of money, money is the value. It's the economics. They say money is the medium of exchange.
Exactly.
So, medium of exchange, you can't get that medium unless you have a value. So, you're exchanging value to the marketplace to get the
medium.
papers.
Yes.
Because you're exchanging your value to the market to get the papers. So it means instead of focusing on the papers, focusing on the value. And who is the producer of the value? It's you. That's why we are talking about the 10th. Have a good setting of life. There is someone who was telling me a story like he said to his children, like, right after me, there is you.
Definitely.
And then some people who never understood him, like, this guy should be selfish. But for me, when I tried to understand the question is, now if him is not right, he will not have the mental energy, the physical energy to actually make his family right. So right after me,
Yes.
there is my children, my wife, and all the people God has placed in my care.
Yes.
Why? Because I must be physically and mentally fit to make sure that the rest of my people are physically and mentally fit. Are you seeing that?
I
And
see.
another thing, talking of the exposure,
Yeah.
we talked about exposure. When God was creating, let's go briefly about the Bible.
Yes.
The first thing He said,
all about
let
the
there
Genesis.
be light. That is the first thing He created. Exposure. What is your light? You who is watching us right now, what are you exposed to? When God, before He created, before also you create your life, God has to first create light so that you could see things clearly.
He had
So-
made the system and
Yes.
the plan for us.
Says like, let there be light. So what are you saying? So when you come on the place like Job House and other places which I'll be doing this stuff from, you see stuff, you're like, wow, when I get money, I want to acquire this thing. Now you have a driving force to go and get the money. Most of us, we don't have the driving force because our worlds are so limited. That
Yes.
if you have even 1 million, you feel you are rich. There are people who have 10 billion and feel they're poor because they have seen a lot and they feel like they should acquire. So I think they should be light first.
I'm telling you, it's something. At some point, it's very disgusting. You know,
Yes.
the moment you get to grasp what we are talking about right now,
Too much value.
no,
Yes.
lacking that driving force in you,
Yes.
because your world is so limited.
Yes.
You lack options. You see like the world has come to an end. But tell me, really has the world come to
No,
an end?
it's just beginning.
You see, this life, one person, a friend of mine asked me, what's life? I told her, you know what? Life is a journey. Many people have walked it, others are coming to walk it, others are soon ending it. So life is just what?
A journey.
It's all about how you enjoy yourself.
Yes.
It's about the journey.
Yes.
So when you have the driving force, usually, I pass by. But guess what? It's all about the window shopping. Call it a bucket list.
Yes.
If you say, I would wish to be in such a place, I would wish to drive this car, I would wish to have such a house, I would wish to have this. That is your bucket list.
Yes.
A list of wishes.
Yes.
Okay? So when you put that on your drawing board and put it aside,
Yes.
it gives you the momentum to say, okay, let me look for money and now start checking out on these places. Check in. See
Yes.
what's happening there.
Yes.
What's the life like?
Yes.
So I tell you, when you lack that grasp of saying that momentum, the driving force,